All right, so another thing that I could say about my dad was growing up, you know, I used to talk to a lot of black girls growing up, and, my dad was like, oh, why you talking to all these black girls and shit like that? You're a fucking nigger lover and all this different shit, and I was just like, I wouldn't try to pay it too much attention because it's my dad, so it's like I had to deal with him. I lived with him at the time. So, it's just like, I kind of had to put up with him saying shit like that. But, I didn't really care that he didn't really approve of me talking to black girls. Like, I used to really like black girls. I used to talk to dark-skinned black girls a lot. Like, that was my preference, And, I just really, like, talk to black girls a lot, and I told my dad, I was like, I don't really care that you think that black girls are, this and that, not good, ghetto, or whatever, like, I had no problem talking to him. And, I just hated the fact that, he didn't support me talking to black girls, because that's what I liked at the time. I had, like, jungle fever, bro. Like, I was all over talking to black girls, bro. Like, that's all I used to talk to, and then, I would talk to other races a little bit, but the majority of the time, I was talking to black girls, and, my dad was like, bro, you need to get you a white girl, like, black girls are trash, this and that, you know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, bro, like, my mom's fucking black. My mom's dark-skinned, bro. Like, you're talking all this shit about black women, bro. Like, it just kind of confused me, bro. It's like, here it is. My own dad is telling me not to talk to black women, and I have a black mom. So it just was, like, confusing me, and it made me a little bit confused, a little bit angry, upset. Like, I just started getting mixed emotions, towards black women, you know what I mean? It just kind of fucked with me, bro. And certain things my dad used to tell me about black women, it came true. Like, they try to tear men down, they try to control men, they're really controlling, they're aggressive, they try to get hella money out of a dude, you know what I mean? And they're ghetto, and like, I've experienced a lot of that shit with black women, you know what I mean? The entitlement, the narcissism, I experienced it. So, certain things, like, yeah, bro, he was right about a lot of shit, but it didn't stop me, because I was like, that's not all black girls, but, my dad was just, like, saying, well, the majority of them are no good, you know what I mean? And to an extent, I kind of believed him because he just said it so much, so it kind of, like, stuck with me in my head. You know what I mean? I have met decent black girls, but, I lost their contact information, you know what I mean? So I didn't really, get a full-on relationship with them, you know what I mean? I just talked to them a little bit. But, not all black girls are trash. Not all black girls are super ghetto. They have good ones out there. But, just having the bad experiences with black women, like, I'm not as crazy about them as I used to be. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it made me just a tad bit racist, just a little bit. I'm not saying I don't respect black women, I don't like them. It's just like, I'm just not as enthusiastic about black women. I'm a little bit more skeptical. Like, okay, like, I wonder how she is. Like, yeah, she looks good, but I wonder, is she gonna try to emasculate me, belittle me, talk shit to me, try to control me? You know what I mean? Like, I just wonder, like, is she really gonna be good for me? You know what I mean? So, I will say this, like, so what if your parents tell you who to talk to and who not to talk to? You know what I mean? Especially if you're a young man and you're a dad talking to these women, like, your dad isn't going to be in the bed with these women. You are. So whatever you like, you go for it, man. No matter what your parents are telling you, like, do what you want to do because it's your life. You know what I mean? Like, you're the one that's going to be you know what I mean, reproducing with these different females that you talk to. You're the one that's going to be marrying them, not them, you know? Like, I didn't really listen to him, though. Like, you feel me? I have a black woman that, you know, bared my child, you know what I mean? My child's mother is black, you know, dark skinned. So, you know, I wouldn't say that I'm, you know, racist. I mean, I can be a little bit racist, but, you know what I mean? Like, it's only because of bad experiences, you know? And I will admit that, like, I'm working on it, trying not to be so biased and trying to keep an open mind and not allowing, you know, past experiences and what my dad said, you know, and other people dictate how I view certain people. You know what I mean? I try to just give my own opinion. But, yeah. I just really wish that, you know, I didn't have all the experiences in different, you know, conversations that I had with my dad about, you know, I guess black females, bro, because, you know, I feel like it kind of affected me, you know. But anyway, you know, this is just some shit that I'm sharing, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got a different story. I guess this is just mine. But yeah, y'all have a good one, all right? This is Willie signing out. Peace out.